They try to drown me, I can swim upstream so profoundly. I can stay calm in a dire situation. I'm at it every day, no time for a vacation. And I smell blood in the water. Everything I do, yeah, I do it for my daughters. Now I'm gonna shut your lips. It's time for a brand new episode of what? We talking jit, say what? We talking jit, say what? We talking jit, say what? We talking jit, said it's time for a brand new episode of Talking Jit.
Anyways, let me just introduce you to the audience.
All right.
What's going on, guys? This is a good buddy of mine, Jiu-Jitsu pal, and also a good friend I've known for a few years. Tonight we got Moises to talk to you. Just recently learned he's a franchise owner. He's also a blue belt in Jiu-Jitsu, so that always catches my attention. But most of all, when I started talking to him about business, he mentioned being a franchise owner, and I always just thought you were a small business owner. And then once you mentioned like, well, no, I'm a franchise, I'm like, well, shit. You know what we got to do? We got to talk about it.
Yeah.
So I look forward to diving into some of that, talking about, the also jiu-jitsu culture, of course, but I always like to talk about business as well.
Yeah, no problem. Let's do it.
Let's do it, man. Well, did I miss anything?
Nope.
Okay, cool. Well, so you just said you had a rough day, and I'm like, you know what? Perfect place to start.
I had to deal with a customer today, so yeah, it was a little rough today. Yeah.
Angry customers?
No, we have an issue with some equipment. So yeah, a long story. Yeah, I have to like how do you say? I have to like when you say the customer is always right, Okay, so
do you believe that?
What happened is that I lost that account,
Yeah.
So whatever equipment that we have there, it's mine. You know what I mean? Like all the vacuums, all the cleaning supplies, and all that, everything is mine. So when you lose the account, you go to the account and grab your things and take them with you. You know what I mean? So I got a call this morning saying that I took their vacuum. You know what I mean? So they thought it was their vacuum, and the lady was having like a little argument about it. And I said, you know what, you can keep the vacuum. I have many of them, no problem. If like in the future, if you decide to come back with me, we're all good. You know what I mean? So
yeah. So you don't believe in burning bridges.
Yeah, I don't want to burn any bridges, and everything. So she kept the vacuum, and she's happy. She needs me back in the future. I'll be glad to be back with them. You know what I mean?
And yeah, I was just talking about that today with at work with the owner about how, because I'm in the department that all the pissed off customers call.
Yeah.
And you get some of them that are just, I'm sorry to say, but all out wrong. And
yeah, I know.
And you got to handle it like there's a tightrope you have to walk just to handle those customers. You have to be respectful, but you also have to leave the door open for them to come back.
Yes, that's what happened. Yeah, and it happened with many customers of mine too. They let me go because I was expensive for them, so they hired a cheaper company. But after a year, they called me back, and that's how. I mean, I don't want to burn any bridges, like you say, So
you've proven that you've proved that like being nice,
Exactly, yeah. That's why I learned from this business, Don't burn any bridges.
That's awesome. Does that carry over into your everyday life?
Sometimes you in life it's like sometimes you just want to cut off people,
Yeah.
But when it comes to business, it's different, So
How
if
did you?
if it's like $200 extra they have to make every month, it's $200 extra. You know what I mean? So you never say no to money.
Yeah. And how did you get into it? I mean, where did you decide?
Well, this is a long story.
Hey, we got time.
Okay, let's start. I moved from Peru. I'm from Peru, and I moved here when I was 12 years old. And my brother used to own he still owns a business, a cleaning business. So I started working with him, So and I learned everything from him, from polishing marble floors, doing janitorial services to restaurants and all that, So um, so when I got married, I needed to make like more money. Manuel was on the way too, and I needed to open my own business. That's how I decided to open my own business too, and I bought a franchise from Johnny King. And Johnny King is a big franchise. It's a big franchise. Like I told you before, I just it's like I pay a fee to use their name. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, and I bought the franchise like let's see in 2016, and when I was 28 years old. Yeah, and that's how I started in this on my own business. But like I say, I've been in this business for like so many years since since I moved here. So
So were you worried at all, or were you fully confident going into
I
it?
was really confident because I knew how to deal with customers and all that. I knew about the business. So it was nothing new for me. So
Okay.
it was really comfortable, and I'm glad that I learned all the stuff from my brother.
Isn't there like some sort of risk in like getting involved with a franchise? Like, I mean, it feels like it'd be like a,
Uh,
bigger
to be
investment up
honest with
front.
to be honest with you, not really. It's just the only thing is all the fees that they charge. You know what I mean? They at some percentage goes to them. But
Okay.
all the yeah. But we like I said, we're not cheap. We're really expensive. But you pay. The customer pays to, how do you say, for us to be like restaurants, like where you have to be like there every day. You know what I mean? You cannot call off. Hey, I cannot make it. Something like that. You know what I mean? So
Right.
that's the
Reoccur kind
yeah,
of
that's the extra money they're paying for. So we can be there like every single day, like hospitals too.
like on retainer.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the extra, and also we charge a lot of money because we use good chemicals. You know what I mean? We use like really commercial grade chemicals, all the equipments, all the auto scrubbers, the vacuums, and all that. So they're not hiring anybody. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they're hiring a real cleaning company, a
Like
professional real cleaning company.
top of the line stuff.
Exactly, yes. And you gotta show them what you got. You gotta talk to your customers. Hey, this is the chemicals I'm using in your restaurant or in your office. You know what I mean? So you gotta talk to the customer, and show them what you're using in the facilities. Yeah.
I'm curious. Do you have any chemicals that are like crazy toxic, or is it all pretty like
Some of them, yeah.
yeah,
When you have to clean like especially tile, you gotta use an acid for that. You know what I mean? S-
yeah,
Some of
you
them
like
you have to really careful with that. Yeah.
like respirators and stuff?
Yeah, and also you have to be careful with mixing with other chemicals. So
I
that,
was
that
I
that's
was
only a risk.
I
Yeah,
was wondering
and
about
we
that,
don't
bro. Like
and in my business we don't use bleach at all. No
I was
bleach.
gonna say, do you ever like go check a closet when your guys are passed out? 'Cause
Oh my god, yeah. So yeah,
accidentally mixed up bottles.
yeah, I know. Yeah, we don't use bleach for anything. You know what I mean? So we use other professional disinfectants, but we don't use bleach because you don't wanna. Especially our office has a carpet. Imagine dropping bleach on their carpet. You know what I mean? So you
Yeah,
don't want to take the risk. So
it's funny you say that because we don't even like keep bleach in our household. Really, we might have like a little bottle, but I got rid of it because it's just one of them things that like you can't mix it with anything,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and a
And
lot of people.
believe me, I have mixed bleach before when I didn't know anything about this business. So you learn from from your mistakes. Yeah.
Did you get like all shook up from it, or you?
Yeah, it was strong. One time I was in cleaning the tile in one bathroom, and
Uh-huh.
I sprayed the chemical and all that, and I turned around. The whole bathroom was foggy. You know what I mean? It was the
Oh
chemical
shit!
reaction. You know what I mean? Oh my god! Yeah,
Did you get like lightheaded, or did it? How
yeah,
did it?
you do. Yeah, so you have to away. I have to be like open the windows and all that, and be away for like a few hours. And come back and finish the job.
I would have been like worried, bro. I have a buddy who like opened up a he had like his pool. He went to clean his pool, and he
Yes,
opened up the storage thing he had all of his chemicals in,
yes.
And he said just from opening it up and kind of like almost like the oven, like when you open up the oven, you get hit with like a waft real quick.
Yeah, just like
All,
that. Yeah.
all the pool chemicals that get on
Oh
like
yeah,
that. He
yeah,
said it made him lightheaded. He had to like
yeah,
sit down. He was worried.
yeah. I know. Yeah.
What risk did you take in starting this?
The risk, to be honest with you, no risk at all. Yeah.
Really?
No, I mean, I was really confident about it, because I learned. I'm glad I made mistakes while working with my brother, so
Okay.
I really learned from my mistakes, So I was really 100% confident about. Yeah.
Did you have to take out a loan or anything like that or
No, I paid it. I bought my first accounts out of pocket. We have some
awesome,
money there, and then we bought a few accounts first. Yeah,
and just built it up from there, huh?
yeah. I started with like I remember my first years I had like 4 accounts. So
And
then
now,
I started having like 20, 25, up to 30 accounts. No, but a few, I lost a few. It went down a little bit last year, but I mean, like I said, I'm not worried. I can get more accounts this year and all that. So it's up to me if I want to get more accounts. That's the good things about being your own business owner.
yeah, I was gonna ask you too. Is there like ever a time where you're comfortable, where you're like, all right, like now's a good time to catch a breather and
Uh,
kind of smell
yeah,
the road?
sometimes you worry about it, especially you don't want to lose accounts because you worry about your employees.
Hmm.
Because all the employees that I have they're working part time for extra money. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
so yeah, the only thing,
Oh,
yes, go ahead.
you got all part-time guys?
Yeah, they're all part time. They don't work full time for me. They're all part times. Also, you don't want to hire them full times either, because
Mm,
you don't want to. There is a risk of them, they're not showing up. Imagine if they have like 5 restaurants cleaning for me. You know what I mean?
right.
If the car broke down, you know what I mean? Who's gonna cover all those 5 restaurants in one night? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you don't want to give them too many accounts, because it has happened before.
I
Yeah.
had that issue with the detailing business. Every time I hired guys,
Yes.
it was like, okay, now I can like, because I had more business than I could handle, which
Yeah.
is very fortunate. That's what you want. But every time I hired some guys, it's like I would book, I'd
Yeah.
book up weeks and then the guy wouldn't show up. And now I've got like 2 weeks of like every day is just
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. It's like,
pummeled, like more than I can do by myself. And then it gives you kind of a bad name.
yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So that's a reason I don't hire them as a full time. Just part time. That's extra money for them.
Is that one of the hardest parts for you right now is finding enough help or
No, I mean, there is plenty of people that wants to work, especially in the cleaning business, because it's cleaning. You know what I mean? It's not rocket science, something like that. You know what I mean? So
right?
it's extra money for them. At
Some
times.
people enjoy cleaning.
Yeah, some people. Yeah.
So, um, like I'm not very familiar with franchises.
Yes.
Another reason why I want to learn about it. So, I mean, just tell me about the difference between the franchise or like if you would have just started on your own and started taking phone calls.
The thing is that when you own like your own, like if I own my own, I have to like hire like someone to go look for accounts for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's It's like hiring a manager, something like that. You know what I mean? Well, by having a franchise, you all the fees that you pay to the franchise goes to those guys that goes out and look for accounts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what about I don't have time to go to talk to a customer? There is a guy that goes and talk to the customer for me. You know what I mean? So that's one of the perks about
So,
having a franchise.
so the franchise actually finds you,
Exactly. Yes.
and then
Yeah.
your end of the deal is you just give them a little bit.
Correct. Yes. And also, your paycheck is on the 10th on every month. You know what I mean? You don't have to wait for customers. Hey, you don't have to call them. Hey, I didn't get your check, or I didn't receive your check. Please, how can we
Damn,
do this? You know what I mean? The franchise deals with that customer. So every
dude,
time I get a check on the 10th of every month, you know what I mean? Either it
that
doesn't matter if the customer didn't pay or not, you know what I mean? I still get my check
oh, that's
every
amazing.
every, every single the 10th of each month. So
Takes a lot of weight. It sounds like it takes a lot of weight off your
Yeah,
shoulder.
because when I used to work with my brother, I remember my brother calling the main office and telling me I didn't get my check. Oh yeah, you're gonna get your check in 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Or your invoice got lost in the on the mail. You know what I mean? So things like that. So by owning a franchise, you don't have to deal with all the headache. You know?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What did you learn all this on the way, or did like somebody come to you and be like, "Hey, why don't you buy into this franchise?" How did you discover that
This
path?
is what happened. Okay, I was working for my brother and I needed to make more money, right? So my wife, friend, she used to own a franchise, and she wanted to set her account. So I was like, hey, and my wife is like, hey, Moises, this is a good opportunity. You know what I mean? So we bought accounts from the lady. You know, we bought 4 accounts from her. Yeah.
Okay,
So
but
and other thing is that she gave me a chance to pay them. Exactly. Let me give you an example. I'm going to sell you my account for $8,000. You know what I mean? So
okay,
she gave me a chance to give her like 1,000 each month. You know what I mean? Until I finish paying it off. You know. So yeah,
okay.
that's how I started. You know. Yeah.
That's kind of what I did with my detailing. I like when I was like, "All right, I've had enough of this. I got to find something else to do."
Yes.
I pretty much the same deal. Like I found other detailers, told them I've got these accounts, and I usually make about this much off this account, and this account's worth about this much.
Yes.
And we came up with, we came up with like what's fair to pay, what's reasonable.
Yes. And the only down part about owning a franchise, I would say, is that like every job that you get, it has to go through the franchise. You know.
So like if you found like a person on the street who needed like their building cleaned, you'd have to go contact.
Exactly. I have to build them with a Johnny King invoice. I cannot I cannot build them as a because the name of my company is called DMS Quality Services
Right,
LLC. You know, what I mean, you have to own your own company. You know what I mean? So
right.
like if you find a building that you want to clean, it has to go through Johnny King. You know what I mean? That's when you gotta use their name. You know what I mean? You cannot get it through your own. You know what I mean? So
So is there like a referral code? Like say I was gonna hire you, but I had to contact your franchise.
no,
Would you?
you can contact me. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter. When I bill you, it has to bill you through Johnny King, not through DMS. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Companies, I have to bill them through Johnny King. So yeah.
This is interesting because like of course like before the podcast I'm kind of investigating franchises a little bit,
Yes.
and I'm seeing that like I was like looking up different franchises. Starbucks all said and done out the door is about $1 million per
Yes.
per store. Magic Johnson, it said he owned like 125 Starbucks.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
that's got to be. I don't know if that keeps you busy or if like you just eventually just get people who manage people who manage
Yeah,
people.
exactly. That's what you do when you have a big investment. You know what I mean? Just
When
hire people and work and make
when
them
you're like
good. You know.
a big dog like that, so you can grow as big as you'd want.
Oh yes, I know people that I know like other franchise owners that
Hmm.
make like millions in 1 year. You know what I mean?
And
Yeah.
you're not there yet.
Nah, that I'm really far away.
Yeah,
I'm not a
yeah.
millionaire yet, but
And
I know franchise owners that because once a month we gather together in a meeting, and
Mhm.
we that's how we know each other, you know, and we help each other too. You know what I mean? Like if I'm having trouble in one account. And I don't wanna deal with that account anymore. I call, you know what? I call another franchise. So, hey, you wanna take this over this account? Yeah, go ahead. I'll take it. You know, so they take it and I don't have to deal with them anymore. You know what I mean? With that account that I don't like. That account is
so
too much trouble. You know? Yeah.
so tell me what it's like going to these meetings because I was gonna ask you if you guys have to do like I know like a lot of small businesses they do like BMI groups.
Yeah.
Yeah, do is that kind of like what your meetings are set up like? Do you
No,
guys?
not really. We just have lunch and talk about it, and sometimes they have presentations about cleaning carpets and all that. You know, so that's me that our meetings. You know? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So no, not really like you say. You know, just having lunch, talk about the business, and Yeah, if I need help in one account, like, and also we help each other. Like, imagine like a new franchise owner calls me, "Hey, Moises, I need help with this carpet. Do you know how to clean the carpet?" I was like, "Yeah, let me help you." So I'll go to the restaurant or the hospital and let them know, how you clean a carpet. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah.
So why don't you clean the gym, man? You could probably do it in 5 seconds flat. Your
Uh, I was thinking about talking to Professor, but he has, a few people cleaning the gym for them. Yeah.
yeah, let's
But
let's get
I gave a professor a backpack vacuum so it can be easier for him. I mean, for the people cleaning the gym.
oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
I was there when you were like showing them it, right?
yeah. You saw. Yeah,
That's so funny.
yeah,
I mean, I always get excited over business and like for everyone listening, and I know I got a lot of business owners who do listen, but it's just like it's like puzzles, bro. It's like everyone has a different structure.
yes,
And the more business books I read, the more I learn about like different structures and different like methods and processes that people use. Do
yes.
you, do you have yours down to like a process? Like, do you like like hiring process, cleaning process, I don't know, HR process?
Yes, that's the other perks about owning a franchise. They
Mm.
give you like a booklet on how to clean, how to talk to the customers, in everything. You know what I mean? So they give you, like, they help you a lot. You know what I mean?
Oh, so you got kind of like they help you with like customer relations and
Oh
everything.
yes, they help you with everything. Yes. And yeah, and they will always be there for you. You know what I mean? Just it's just one call away. That's why you're paying those fees. So
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So they
and
they give you like a big booklet about talking to customers, cleaning places, cleaning hospitals, because it's different cleaning a restaurant and cleaning a hospital. You know what I mean?
oh, I imagine.
Yes. And you have to be really careful with hospitals, and cleaning things like that.
How long does the hospital take you to do?
Uh, Let me see. A clinic usually takes like a night. Usually, one person will actually take like 3-4 hours. Yeah, it depends on the size too.
Yeah, but that's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. Like I said, many people like this type of job because I mean, like, you can go there anytime that you want. It's not, you don't have like a 9 to 5 job. You know what I mean? You can
Right.
go like 7 at night or 9. I mean, whenever you want, but it needs to be finished before like 7 in the morning. You know what I mean? So you have a window from what time they close? 5 p.m. until
Mhm.
like 6 in the morning, for example. You know what I mean? So it's very chill. So you work on your schedule too. You know what I mean? So usually the people I hire, they have their own job. You know what I mean? So they go out after their job, their regular jobs. You know what I mean? So
And
yeah.
yeah, put on some headphones, get the cleaning.
Oh yeah, yeah. When I work, I gotta have my headphones.
You listen to the Talking Jit podcast.
Yeah, I told you
Yeah.
that.
Everyone's favorite.
Yeah, I listen to
Then
right now. I'm listening to like all because I'm losing weight and I'm listening to all those healthy YouTubers, all those. You know what I mean? Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah.
good for you, man. You're losing weight. Is it you push into the gym more often, or what's your strategy?
I'm fasting.
Oh,
Yes, I'm doing this 16/8 fasting. So I wake up, I just drink a green tea or coffee, and then I go to work. I come back, get ready to go to the noon classes, and
mhm.
then I don't eat until I come back from practice. Which is around 2 or 3 p.m. Yeah, you
Yeah.
have a window to eat from 3 p.m. until like 8, 9 at night. So yeah.
How's that make you feel during training?
Uh, to be honest with you, because I'm a calorie deficit. Sometimes you feel weak. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
that's the only downside about being a calorie deficit right now. Yeah.
that's dude. I can't. If I miss one freaking meal, I feel like dirt. I
Yeah, but I'm
my
taking a break right now because I don't know if, like I told you, everything hurts right now. My knee, my ankle, my toe, my neck. You know what I mean? So I'm letting my body rest right now.
Fast, fasting's supposed to help with all that inflammation, right?
Yeah, but it feels like if you don't go for a week, it feels like you miss like 2 months of training. You know what I mean? It doesn't. It feels like
Oh,
it's a lot. Yeah,
I know, dude. Like it's weird how you get that bug in your head. You miss like one day.
I know.
You feel like everyone forgot about you. You feel like you forgot about every move you ever learned.
No, yeah, that's how it feels. Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to get to the point to where I'm trying to let myself rest more.
Yeah, especially I don't know if I told you my knees are. Can I say bad words here?
Fuck yeah.
My knees are hot, you know. So yeah,
Yeah.
I have torn meniscus in both knees, you know. So it's really hard for me sometimes to train, you know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I know. Especially I suck at takedowns. Oh my god. Yeah. So because you need hard to be involved. You know what I mean? So you have to be fast and need
Got
some
it.
mats and boom. I just it's just I just cannot do it. You know because I know my limits. You know.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
one quick exchange, letting the ego get in the way could cost you,
Yeah.
out of recovery.
Exactly. Yeah. So every time I roll, if my knee is like is gonna be involved in something hard, I just stop or just let him take side control. You know what I mean? And I walk
What
from there. You know.
Yeah, what brought you in the gym? I never learned.
What do you say?
Like what brought you into the gym?
Oh, this is a cool story too. My oldest son, Danny, you met him before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like
I coached him, didn't I?
yeah, you did. I think first month, because he was right after COVID that we joined it. After we in 2020 that we joined the gym. The thing is that
Right after Florida COVID, because
yeah,
some parts of
yeah,
COVID lasted
because
a long time.
yeah, he was like, hey, dad, I want to do jujitsu. I was like, wow, that's cool, you know. So he looked it up on the Google Maps, and the closest one was the Supremacy. So I was there and I signed him up. And Rodrigo was like, "Hey, you want to join too?" I was like, "Why not?" You know. So 4 years later, I'm still training.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah.
How's like the father son relationship with training? Like both of you guys train,
To be honest with you, it's you feel proud about seeing your kids being good at something. You know what I mean?
right?
So yeah, and also after 2 months or 3 months, the little one joined too.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
So having all that in common, though, like I mean, like not only is it cool watching him, but you also know it too. Does that?
exactly, yeah, yeah. So that's actually like I don't know. As a father, it makes you feel like you're doing something for your kids. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because besides because it's not cheap. You know, I have to pay for like for 2 memberships and all that. You know,
Hmm.
but I take it as an investment on my kids. You know. So,
Do
yeah.
Do you get any kind of motivation out of it?
Oh yes. Oh yes. You know, every time I take Manuel the little one to jiu-jitsu classes, oh man, I feel like the greatest that ever. You know what I mean? So
All right.
yeah.
Sorry, it cut out.
Sorry.
My
Yes.
my mistake. This new equipment. What what kind does it give you any kind of motivation?
Oh yes, it does. Like I told, like I told you, like every time I take the little one to the kids classes,
Hmm.
man, it makes you feel like you're doing something. You know, that's my motivation. You know what I mean? So
What's
yeah.
what's your overall goal, man? Like
Uh, on what jiu-jitsu?
just like I mean, being a franchise owner, business owner, and just doing jujitsu. Like, what's your mindset for life?
I mean, be successful. You know what I mean, and not fail. You know, especially to your kids. You know.
Like, what's your definition of success? I think is a better question for you.
Let me see. Like, how can I explain it to you? Like you said, be the best on what you do. You know what I mean, and give the example to your kid. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
How,
That's. I mean.
so,
I mean.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Finish.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead.
How do you stay hungry then?
hungry. Seeing my kids grow and see them they're doing great. You know what I mean? You don't wanna you don't wanna make mistakes. So that's the motivation. Your kids, you know what I mean? The family, you know what I mean? So especially your kids, you know what I mean? Because
Right.
when you have kids, is it changes everything. It's not just you. You know what I mean? It's the whole family. It's another person you have to take care of. You know what I mean? So,
It does make things feel a lot heavier, doesn't it?
oh yeah, it does. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if you
Everything that you do is not just personal. It's for your kids too.
yeah, I get like when I think about making moves or taking risk, it almost makes you hesitate now because you're like, oh, I've got, you know, a whole bunch of people that could let down. Like the cost of failure could be pretty big.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so that's one thing. Does that play? Well, I guess you had the franchise. Did you have your kids already when you started?
Yes. Manuel, yeah, Manuel was born 2014. I got the franchise in 2016.
So did that like calculate in your head at all, like, or did it just motivate you more?
It motivated more. Yeah. So yeah, like I told you, everything that you do it's not just for you. It's for your kids and for the family.
For the kids and for the family?
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. You sound pretty comfortable. I'm actually kind of like amazed because with starting a business and business ownership, there is like a lot of like risk and fear, and it's all on you. And
But I forgot to tell you too. It's a family business too, because my wife's involved too. She's my bookkeeper. She's the one in charge of paying the employees and all that. It's not just me. If she's gonna listen to this podcast,
she's gonna be like, "Where's my credit,
you
Moses?
know what I mean.
You let that boy talk about for 30 minutes before you
I
mentioned
wouldn't I
Moses.
wouldn't be where I'm in without her. So
Oh,
yeah,
way to reel it back in, Moses.
yeah, she's the one in charge of the taxes, and she's my like I said, she's my bookkeeper.
That's awesome. Well, shout out to you, Moses' wife, because a dream team right there. There's nothing better than that,
Yeah, I
being
mean,
power
to
couple.
be honest, I wouldn't be here I am without her. So yeah.
That's awesome. Do you saying you want to make a good example? Do you think you're going to get to your black belt?
Uh, I want to be realistic. I'm 36. My knees are bad. My goal, I'll be the happiest man in the world getting my purple. I don't know what's gonna go happen after that, but my main goal is to get to purple. I can die being a purple belt. You know what I mean?
I happy being a purple belt.
Yeah, but like I say, I'm not chasing stripes. I'm not crazy about getting a purple belt, nothing like that. Like I'm just a hobbyist, enjoying the time that I'm in the gym, having that relationship with all my partners there. You know what I mean? After talking, that talks we have after classes, that's really cool. You know what I mean? So
That's what I base the name of this podcast off of, because like after every class, there's everyone just sitting around talking shit.
I know, yeah, you stretching. I mean, having a good time there. So that's cool
So I'm
about it.
like, what am I gonna call like a jujitsu business podcast? I'm like, talking shit, because that's what we all do after jitsu. Is
Yeah, that's what we do.
sit around
Yeah,
talk about more jit, or we talk about
yeah,
what's next in life.
yeah. I got my first stripe on my blue like a month ago,
Ooh,
and brother, and that feels like I won the lotto. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I mean?
dude, no,
So,
I know. How bad did you want your blue when you were a white?
oh, I was chasing the blue belt. I mean, to be honest, I was chasing the blue belt. That was my main goal. My God, seeing the blue belt. I mean, I thought blue belt was the top of the line. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I was really like, I was so proud when Bobby gave me my blue belt. I was like, oh my God, I made it. Yeah, and I didn't realize what that's where the real journey begins.
Yeah, it's funny how epic blue belt is because it's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
So you don't want to get tapped by a white belt. You know what I mean? So a lot of ego runs in through your head. Things like that. But that goes away. So yeah.
you spend a lot of like your white belt, like you spend like the first half of your white belt realizing how like how deep the shit is, like how hard it really
Yeah.
is, and how many levels
Yeah.
there really are.
Yeah.
Then you spend the other half of that white belt like just wanting something other than a white belt around your waist.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it feels great. Let me tell you, sometimes when you feel you're the first in line when you line up,
Mhm.
when you're the first in line, you know what I mean. So that feels cool. You know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
right?
for the audience at home, like most gyms, white belts, you line up in rank order. So like your higher belts will be like on the left side of the wall, and it'll go all the way down to white belts towards the right side of the wall. And sorry.
Yeah,
Ah, so what Moses is talking about here is instead of being at the end of the wall on the beginner side, you're slowly creeping towards the middle, and then eventually, the advanced section of the wall,
yeah,
and eventually you get to the farther down the wall you get, the more often you get to pick who you roll with, rather than
exactly.
being.
Yeah, yeah,
I tell
yeah.
you,
At the beginning, I was like a little kitty, like a little cat scared who's gonna pick me up, who's gonna pick me, what I mean? Like, oh my god, I'm turning away. I don't want the purple belt to pick me, you know what I mean? Things like that. So that's how I felt the first few months, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
now how you feel? Fuck it.
I was like, oh fuck it, I'm gonna learn, you know what I mean? So yeah, if he touched me like 3, 4 times, I'm learning, you know what I mean? That's how I take it now.
Yeah, and usually by the time like people know you're dedicated or you stick around,
Yes.
people are more willing to like help you, like teach you,
Exactly, yes.
tell you what mistakes they're making. Plus, it gets boring if you tap somebody the same way like three times in a row.
Yeah.
Uh, I remember looking forward to my blue belt so bad, but I always like I don't know why I always had my eyes on purple. Like,
I mean, like you get to purple, it's like you're an upper belt, you know what I mean? So it feels like you're badass when you're purple, you know what I mean?
right,
So
you've made it to the badass ranks.
exactly, you know what I mean? One of my favorite colors is purple, you know what I mean? So I mean, purple looks cool on you, it looks on your gi. I think purple looks badass better than a brown belt, you know what I mean? I don't know, that's how I see it.
Nobody likes the brown belt.
I mean, it's brown.
It should be the second belt or the first belt. They should give you a Dookie brown belt,
Yeah.
and you earn your white belt.
What I think it should be like taekwondo, like I would say like white, blue, probably red and purple. I don't know, but it should be red. One of those belts should be red. You know what I mean? Probably like before red. I mean before black, it should be red. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's cool. That's how. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah. To be honest with you, I don't like that brown belt color. You know what I mean?
yeah, for
I
sure.
don't know. Makes you look like I don't know old.
Match anything.
Yeah, like what's brown? Why did they pick brown? You know what I mean?
So yeah, I've had like six skis my whole jiu-jitsu career, and they've all lasted me until like the end of purple. So,
Yeah,
so then when I got my brown, I'm like, okay, I got to get a couple of new gis. Like, what looks good with brown? And
exactly. Yeah,
I'm like gi shopping. I'm like, they all look disgusting with brown.
nothing does good with brown, man. Imagine having a brown tie or something like that. Yeah, but purple is, I think, it's badass.
Maybe brown is just like the last ditch effort, like the last like little hoorah, like like hazing.
Yeah,
Like, all right, well, if you really want black, you got to go through one more Dookie Brown represent.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. But like I said, purple is like it's a really cool color. Yeah, that's what I'm not chasing, but I will be like. I think the happiest day of my life will be like having being promoted to purple.
So what exactly does purple mean to you?
What do you say?
Like, what exactly does a purple mean to you?
It means hard work, knowledge, that you know enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So after, like, once you get your purple, I think there is. I mean, you're in the way to be black, to be a black belt. You know what I mean? Because you, like you said, too many blue belts quit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So once you get to purple, that means you want to stay. You know what I mean? You want to be a black belt. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah. I was talking to Professor, man. A lot of
and and I don't mind staying as a blue for the blue belt for a long time. If it takes 6, 7 years, I mean, when I get that purple, means I earned it. I really deserve. You know what I mean? Too.
yeah.
That's what I like. That's what I like about Professor and the promotions. You know what I mean? He will give you the a stripe when he knows you earned that stripe. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter. I mean, he doesn't care if it takes 2 years for a stripe. You know what I mean? So he'll give it to you when you know you deserve a stripe. You know what I mean? Or a belt.
I
Yeah.
I like that. I felt like purple went by so fast.
Oh, really?
It just like I don't know, like blue was like such a grind, and I was like so ready for purple, and I just kept. I was like, I'll admit it, I was in that mindset of like I deserve purple. Why am I not purple? Why am I not promoted?
Yeah.
This guy's purple, and I do good against him. This guy's purple, I do good against him. And,
Yeah.
and then like I finally got it, and I did notice like right away I started getting like more respect.
Yeah. Exactly.
Started treating me differently.
That's the way I see it. I mean, like a purple belt. When you know a purple belt, you know a lot. I mean, not a black belt, but you know your shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I was like, dude, I'm like, I remember I got it, and I was just sitting there thinking like, I'm purple, bro. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm chilling. Like, this is I'm gonna take it seriously. I'm gonna keep learning, but like, I'm officially recognized as like advanced.
Yeah. I know.
And then I did that tournament. That tournament didn't hurt.
Yeah, I remember that. The new break, right?
Yeah, had I got my ass kicked, I'd probably been like, I'm trash. Might have changed everything, bro.
I know.
It might have been better for me to get my ass kicked.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I is it because of your knees? Are you able to compete?
I thought about competing, but I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's just like I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to, because I still need my knees to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to take that chance. You know what I mean? Like, I'm also like a little like to be honest, like afraid. Some might happen. You know what I mean? So I don't want to take the risk. So
Well,
so yeah. Yes. Go ahead.
oh no, speaking of work, I want to circle back to that.
Yes.
You just reminded me. Let's talk about some of the stuff that sucks. just,
Yes. Go ahead.
just to be realistic and put the perspective out there. I mean,
Oh yeah.
not in a
Okay.
negative way, or not to take this like a negative thing, but there are like legitimate obstacles, like the responsibility of, like you said, if a guy doesn't show up, you've got to
Yeah.
do
So
their work.
sometimes they call you like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning with any excuse. You know what I mean? Hey, I cannot. My car broke. You know what I mean? I cannot get to the job, so you have to get up and do it yourself. And what I do is like, I always have a backup. You know what I mean? I have another employee that knows the restaurant, that knows how to clean and all that. If he can do it, I give him a call. Hey, let me give you an example. Like, hey, this guy calls me. Hey, I cannot make it to work today, so I call the other guy. Hey, can you do this? Can you show up there? And he's like, yes, I can do it. So they go and do the job. You know what I mean? So I always have a backup guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you?
And the only thing that sucks is like waking up. Like, sometimes you have to wake up 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean?
And
Yeah.
just like that anticipation stress, like
Yeah. Exactly.
like you ever get to the point where you're going to bed and you're like, I hope I don't get a call.
Oh no. Yeah.
Oh,
Or when you go on vacation, I was like, oh, I hope nothing happens while I'm away. So it's just like when you're on vacation, you gotta be on your phone like checking your phone all the time, if there's any emergency, things like that. So you always pray that nothing happens while you're on vacation.
So even while you're on vacation, you're not.
Yeah, it's not like you're working for somebody. You have your 2 weeks vacation and nobody's gonna bother you to call you. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, that's the only downside about owning a business, and especially a cleaning business. That you always expect someone to call you like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and you have to wake up. Yeah.
Have you ever read the book The E Myth?
No.
It's a great business book about just like growing and making a business. And one of the big driving points of this book is what I like about it is like the big message in the book is if you have a lot of people say like I own a business, right?
Yes.
You have to show up every day for it to get done. You don't own a business, you own a job.
Exactly. Yeah.
You don't own a business until you could like walk away from it.
Yeah.
And the driving point is like, or a big,
That's yes. Go ahead.
a big example is like McDonald's. Like the person who bought McDonald's didn't buy McDonald's to make the best burgers. He bought McDonald's because he saw the process and how
Yeah.
quick it was, and he figured out that he's selling businesses. He's not selling McDonald's. He's selling a process that works
Yeah.
and selling businesses, hence a franchise, right?
Yes.
Um, do you look at it like that, or do you have any plans to set yourself up like that?
Yeah, my plan is to have getting more accounts, and I want to get to the point where I need to hire a manager, and I'll just and make them work for me. You know what I mean? So for right now, I'm the one dealing with everything right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, like you say, it's like some people, oh, you own your own business, you have a lot of free time. You can do whatever you want. Well, it's not like that either. You know what I mean? So yeah, you can set up your schedule and all that, but it's also a lot of stress too. So
There's a lot of stress, and you seem
oh,
like a dude.
what do you say?
You seem like a laid back dude. I mean,
Yeah, I'm really chill. It's sometimes if I lose an account, I feel like shit. But it goes away like right away. I always I always being positive. I'm gonna get an account next month and on the next few months. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah. And there is a lot of buildings to clean. You know what I mean? I was like, man, I'm not gonna cry over the spilled milk. You know what I mean? So you gotta move on. Yeah.
yeah, of
Yeah.
course,
So yeah, that's how I take it. I mean, but don't get me wrong, you feel like shit when you lose an account. So
yeah.
yeah, but you gotta move on. So I don't want to get to the point I'm depressed and all that. At the beginning, it was really hard, what, because I was building my business, and I didn't want to lose any accounts, you know what I mean? But shit happens, so you have to deal with it, and you just learn from your mistakes, Yeah.
I was very blessed. I don't know if I just got lucky or if I did things right, but I was very blessed. When I started detailing, I researched the shit out of it, made sure I was correct. I did a few cars for dirt cheap just to get my processes down and learn my chemicals right. And it's also funny. You and I kind of have similar because cleaning and it involves chemicals and being careful. I remember like
I used
first
to sell cars too before.
you
Yeah.
have
Yes, I have. Yeah. So
ooh like utility cars or like luxury cars or just cars in general.
cars in general,
Oh, nice.
cleaning the seats and all that,
Oh,
and
that's cool.
like everything. Like I told you, like I was really confident when I got into when I got my own business. Yeah.
I'll be honest. Cleaning like steam cleaning and hot water extracting the seats was like my least favorite.
Oh yeah, because it's hot outside, no AC. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, and just some things are just stubborn. And the seats like if there's like because there's foam underneath the seats, and if there's water, if like people have spilt like oily drinks or like dirt,
yeah, yeah,
the water makes that oil rise through the foam, which will then go
exactly.
to the upholstery. So
Yes,
so you'll leave and the seats will look flawless.
I know after 2 days the stain comes up, you know what I mean? And the customer will call you, hey, what did you do here? You didn't do a good job, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, and then you got to go back and do it again, or
yeah,
like,
that's why you gotta talk to your customers. I mean, I used to like tell them, hey, this is what you got here. There is a chance you're gonna get the stain's gonna come up, you know what I mean? So for me to do a really good job, it's gonna cost you this, you know. And
yeah,
you gotta talk to them and inspect that. Sometimes you gotta tell them, hey, I cannot do anything. I don't do magic, you know.
right.
Your car is in really bad shape, you know what I mean? I'm gonna do the best for me to for it to look good, you know. But sometimes some customers they think you do magic, you know what I mean? So
Just communicate with the customers.
yeah,
Yeah.
I communicate. Hey, there is a chance this won't get clean. It's to stain, especially when you have red stuff, you know, red drinks. You know what I mean? The red stains are the worst. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's like, man, I just remember that grind in the beginning. I kind of miss it, but at the time it was like so stressful. I ended up like printing out pamphlets, and I was like starting off like square one. I
yeah,
had like a backup plan. I didn't really have too much money.
yeah,
I didn't know how much money I was going to need, how much money it was going to take to survive. And I just remember just finding ways to. I remember I went to like old people neighborhoods. I'm like, these people can't, wash their cars. They'd probably be willing to pay somebody.
yes.
And I would just like leave pamphlets everywhere. I remember making like little cards that said like, "Hey, nice car," because like you walk up and someone puts something on your window, you're like throwing that shit on the ground.
I know that. Yeah, I would, like yeah about the franchise too. They deal with marketing and all that. You know, with all the stuff. You know, so you don't also have to worry about that. You know what I mean? So
So
that's
you don't even have to dabble in marketing or anything, huh?
no, you don't have to worry about anything about that.
Just answering the phone.
Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
Yeah, they take care of everything. Yeah, the marketing, the advertisement, and all that. You know. Yeah,
I don't know what the split is, but that's such a good deal. I mean, and that also saves you from having to hire people to do the job right.
exactly. Yeah,
Like you don't have to go out and find a marketing manager or
exactly.
or well, I guess you have a bookkeeper, but like they cut a lot of it out. Like you don't have to go find leads or
Yes.
door-to-door salesman or like any of
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I remember when I used to work for my brother. I used to go. We used to go to downtown Clearwater and go to the hotels, knock on doors. Hey, you wanna get your hotel clean, things like that. And when people say no, you feel like shit too. You know what I mean? So that's the thing, you have to deal with that. You know what I mean? So yeah, doors, things like that. You know, yeah. I remember back in 2008. You know what happened in 2008 around that time. I mean, everything went down. You know, business. We used to like go to like mobile homes and knock on doors. Hey, you want to get your carpet clean? Like, I will do it for cheap. You know, it was that
Yeah.
year was horrible. I mean, yeah. So, but that's how you learn to survive. You know what I mean? So,
But yeah, but sometimes you end up in like the right spot. Like there'd be like people who said yes, and
yeah, I
then
know.
someone
Yeah,
sees me cleaning their car and then pulls
yeah.
up and says, "Hey, and you talk."
And we used to go to mobile home because old people, you know what I mean? They cannot clean their things. They cannot clean their car. We used to knock on the door. Hey, let me clean your car. Let me clean your carpet. You know, so that was our main point. You know, to go to old people. You know,
Yeah. I
to
mean, dude,
clean.
I used to call it taking over neighborhoods because you get like one to say yes, and
Yeah,
then the rest of the neighborhood starts getting comfortable with you. And then pretty soon you're like
yeah,
running the neighborhood.
yeah. No, yeah. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Same thing for you, huh?
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, like I told you, I was really like comfortable getting into my opening on my own business. You know, because you learn, you have experience, you went through a lot of stuff, a lot of shit, you know. So I was really confident about getting my own franchise and my business, you know. Yeah.
What's like the worst clean you had to do?
Wax, stripping wax, I hate to do those.
Wax?
Stripping waxing, yeah.
Oh,
when you when you have to strip the wax off of a vinyl floor,
mm-hmm.
I don't like to do them. Even though I don't know if they're gonna pay me like $1,000 a night. That stress is too much for me. I mean, I can do it, but I don't want to go through that. You know. Yeah, it's a lot. it's I don't like. I can't. I do carpet cleaning. I polish marble floors and all that, But when you tell me like, hey, I need to do, can you do this stripping wax? I will say no, I don't do those. You know what I mean? So even though I know how to do it, I just don't want to do it. Yeah.
Would you rather clean a bathroom with explosive diarrhea everywhere?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Do that and charge the customer for biohazard things like that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You want me to tell you a funny story about that?
Go ahead.
It just popped up in my head, man, and it's funny. It must have sunk deep for me because that subconsciously I basically described it. But um, so my first job was Target,
Yes.
and like we had a cool manager. Randy was a cool manager. Shout out to Randy if you ever see this. But he was such a cool manager. He was like laid back dude. He always had our backs. I was a card attendant.
Yeah.
Um, card attendant was like such a cool job for like a first job. It's like basically like show up to Target and just like freaking like keep everything tidy, but like you just had so much freedom to run around that store wherever you wanted and just talk to whoever you wanted and help out whoever you wanted. But like um Target, it was Target like redid their bathrooms, bro. So
Okay.
every fucking day, all day long, you just hear customers, "Where's the bathroom? Where's the bathroom?" Where it's like, is this a store or like a freaking rest stop?
No.
Like it would get so annoying that you just get short with people, and there's porta potties outside. Well,
Yeah.
then they finally finished the fucking bathrooms. The porta potties were gone, so the bathrooms were in the normal spot. Like when you walk into Target, it's always like to your right.
Yes.
We were so fucking excited. We're like, yes, I don't have to answer this question anymore. And sure as shit, no pun intended. Um, like I worked like the second night the bathrooms worked, and it was a
Yeah.
night, and somebody clogged the fucking toilet.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and it flooded the whole bathroom. Like I don't
Don't
know what happened to the plumbing,
but
but
you
like
one that had to clean that, right?
yeah, like
Oh
it
shit.
was like shit just floating around in the fucking bathroom, bro. It was disgusting.
Did you quit? Did you say, oh fuck this, I'm out?
I,
Well,
I was I was doing all those. I was like, nope, nope, not a bathroom guy. But they had us because part of like the
exactly. That's part of your contract.
yeah, part of the job was checking the bathroom. You're supposed to check it every 30 minutes and make sure there's like,
Yeah.
not soap on the thing and like tidy. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, but nowhere does it say I'm cleaning shit. So it actually turned into like a really funny thing because that guy Randy came up and said, hey man, listen, I know this sucks. And I know how it was me and another card attendant working. Both of us were like, nope, not doing it. Like we're on the same page.
Yeah.
And he could tell we're the tipping point. Like we're about to go home. He hands us a card and he says, you can pull whatever you want off the shelves to get the job done and put it on this card. And I'll also buy you dinner.
Oh shoot.
And I'm like, dude, this was like a dream come true. I've always dreamt about like getting locked into Target after it closes and just like going fucking ham, like pulling whatever, like like throwing like laundry soap all over the ground and sliding like a giant slip. Like I've always had these dreams. So I looked at my buddy. I'm like, you know what, man, I'm in. My
Oh,
buddy's like, I'm in. Dude, we pulled goggles. We pulled full suits, like full like waterproof suits, boots,
oh,
hoses, nozzles, like everything you could think of. We filled up a whole shopping cart full of it, bro. It turned out to be really funny because we got these hoses and these nozzles that we hooked up,
yeah.
and we're just like inch by inch making our way in the bathroom, spraying it down, spraying chemicals, spraying it down, spraying chemicals.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah.
Like squeegeeing it. We're in these full suits, so nothing's touching us, bro. It ended up being like a really funny like day at work. Never
No.
had to get anywhere near the poop. Like
Yeah, somebody has to do the dirty job. You know what I mean? So in my case,
yeah,
yeah, I'm the
and
one.
Randy bought us dinner, and we were like freaking. Well, and in that case, I would have saved you from doing it, but
Yeah. Yeah, like yeah, when especially in restaurants, or especially when if they have a bar, they open until like 2 o'clock in the morning. There is always drunk people. You know what I mean? And sometimes they puke. Sometimes,
uh,
and I tell my customer, hey, your people is supposed to. If somebody pukes in the bathroom, your people supposed to clean it. I mean, like that's not my job to clean. If your toilet is clogged, if there is puke on the floor, that's not my job. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna do the job, I'm gonna charge you extra. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be cheap. You know what I mean? Because it's biohazard. You know what I mean? It's shit. You know, it's human
Yeah.
waste.
It's
You know?
not pleasant. It's not easy. And I mean, to be honest, you could say it's a biohazard, you know?
Yeah, it is.
There's
You charge them as a biohazard. You have to wear a suit and all that. You have to be very careful. You know, because that shit carries diseases and all that shit.
protect your employees.
Exactly. You know. So
We
and I told my employees, hey, when you see that a toilet's clogged or you see puke on the floor, just close the bathroom and let me know, and I'll talk to the manager. But that's not our job. You know what I mean? So I mean, somebody has to do a dirty job, and that's the people that closest and the closest from the restaurants. You know what I mean? They're supposed to clean it, like at least pick up the puke or pick up the shit from the floor. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So yeah, that's part of the when they sign the contract. You know what I mean? Because they sign a contract. You know what I mean? So
I I had people call me like I would get people call me on like Saturdays or Sundays and being like, "Hey, my buddy puked in my car. I need you to clean it now." And I'd be like I'm just sitting around waiting to clean up your buddy's throw up. Like
oh my god, that's,
like
brother, I can't. Let me tell you something. I can deal with shit, you know, but I cannot deal with puke. When I that smell, man, when I see
Mile.
puke, I just want to freaking throw up, man. Yeah, I can deal with shit. You can know, but when I smell puke, oh man, oh my god, yeah, it's the freaking worst, man. Yeah.
Damn, that's a good question. I wish I had like a live poll I could run right now. Be like, what would you rather clean? Because like I mean, I had so many nasty ones, dude. I had like I had someone call me. They wanted they had a sailboat and
Yeah.
had a jug full of oil and they had a jug full of piss from the bathroom.
Yes.
And he slammed the brakes. Somebody pulled out in front of him. He had to slam on his brakes, and both of those containers flew and busted open in his Subaru, like
Shit.
Subaru Outback, like SUV.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he like called me. He's in a panic, bro. He's like, I need to get this out. It's getting so bad, dude. It broke my water extractor, like sucking up all the oil and like trying to get it out of the car. Like it gunked up and broke my like expensive water extractor.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I don't know how I'm gonna get all this done and how get all this out of the car. It took all day.
Shit.
You,
Have you cleaned blood before? Like you have
no.
and all that. Nah, yeah, I have to like. One time we went to clean a hotel, and one guy died
Oh,
in the room. Yeah, he was drunk. He hit his head in the parking lot. He went to his room. He fell asleep, and he never woke up again. He died on the floor. You know what I mean? In the
damn.
whole there was blood. Yeah, so you have to use special chemicals and all that. You have to suit up and all that to get rid of the blood. It was a it was gross, bro. It was not.
You have a process for that too, huh?
Oh yeah, you have a process for that. It's nasty. And being there, like somebody's dead, somebody died here. You know what I mean? So
So where'd you put the body?
I mean, we went there after. We went
I'm
there
just
after.
kidding.
Yeah, yeah, but I was like, oh my god, somebody died here. I cannot. Oh my god, yeah, yeah,
Damn. And
yeah.
like, was that something that they gave you a heads up on, or did you just show up?
No, they told us. Yeah, well, like that's part of the job too. You know what I mean? So yeah.
That's
Yeah,
just
I mean, I wanted to get into when hospitals, when they have emergency surgeries and all that, there is a crew that goes and clean the rooms, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
where there is blood everywhere, you know what I mean? Yeah,
like
but
a trauma center.
yes,
I-
exactly.
Is there bigger money in that?
Oh yeah, a lot of money there.
I
Yeah.
would think.
Have you take classes for that? You know what I mean? You got to be certified to be cleaning those type of places, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Is there any type of like classes or certifications you can get? Like,
Yeah, yes,
yeah.
like carpet cleaning, restoration, water damage, and all that stuff. Yeah,
Oh, that's great.
yeah. You have to be like I told you. I'm really professional. You know what I mean. So I know my shit. So
It's like, let me think. Like, So are those actual classes you take?
Yes, it takes like about 2 or 3 days classes and you get certified. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
See, that's
so,
cool, and that's what I'm talking about. Like the E-Myth, like it talks about like basically setting up like ways, like processes and stuff like that,
yeah,
options,
yes,
so people like you can buy and grow, and it pretty much runs itself.
yeah,
The hardest part is just like for me has always been like employees.
yeah, yeah. That's the only things they have to deal. Sometimes I have to deal with people like when I got a franchise when I was like, I believe I was 28, and all the employees that I had were older than me, like older people, like in their 50s or 40s. And it was hard for me to like let them know, hey, you're doing a really bad job, you got to step up, if not I'm gonna take the account away from you. So talking to an older people, you know what I mean. You're 28 and you're talking to a 50, 40-year-old guy, you know what I mean. You
Yeah,
tell him to do your job, you know what I mean. So
let's talk about that for a second, man.
yes.
Because that's something that I see firsthand as well. So you're obviously going to have shitty employees. You're obviously going to have overachieving employees. You're going to have all sorts of different stuff, right?
Yes.
How do you handle like now that you've done it for a while and you've managed people for a while? How do you handle when someone's like slacking? Because if
uh,
you push too hard, you're going to get like resentment.
yeah, when I hire them, this is what I tell them. Hey, this is a part-time. You're a subcontractor. You don't have a contract with me. If you're doing a bad job, I can let you go at any time. You know what I mean? You hand me off the keys, and that's it. It's like I tell them, this is this is your account. You know what I mean? You imagine there is an account, a $3,000 account. You know what I mean? They're getting $2,000. I'm just getting a part of it. You know what I mean? They are
Right.
the they are the bigger. If they lose an account, they're gonna lose the money. I'm just getting, let's say, for an account I get $300 or $400. You know what I mean? Every month. You know what I mean? So they're the one losing the most. You know what I mean? That's what I say. Take care of your account. Take it like it's your own. You're a subcontractor. You're not an employee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is your account. This is yours. You have to take care of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can contact me when there is an emergency or things like that. Don't call me. Hey, you know what? I got drunk last night. I cannot go. You cannot do that. You know what I mean? Call me if it's a real emergency. Hey, I took my kid went to the hospital. I cannot do it. I will cover that for you. You know what I mean? But you cannot call me for stuff like that. You know what I mean? I talk to them clearly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have a contract with me. I give you 1 or 2 strikes, and the third strike, you're out. You know what I mean? So yeah, but it's really hard when you have to fire people too. You know what I mean? But like I told them, it's your fault. You know what I mean? You were not doing a good job. You know what I mean? So the customer wants you out here. So I need to find a replacement. If I don't find that, I'm gonna lose the account.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I tell them clearly, hey, this is your account. You take care of it. You know what I mean?
And
So
that usually
that,
works.
sometimes, yeah, yes, and also you have to look who you hire too. You know what I mean? I don't hire young people. You know what I mean? If you're 18, 19, looking for a job, I'll say no. You know what I mean? So I need to see who I hire. Especially if I hire a single moms, things like that, because they really need a job, and I'm sure they will do a good job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember hiring this young couple. You know what I mean? And many times they didn't show up to work. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So, because they were now partying. So I learned that not hiring young people. So yeah. So
Yeah. Plus, you want to see like their previous record.
yeah. If it's a bank, something like that, I had to check the records. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah. So yeah.
I'd
And
want to make sure that it's people who haven't left anyone hanging.
yeah, exactly. And also there are places that you need to be a U.S. citizen to work in the building, like government buildings and all that.
Hmm.
You have to be like a citizen to be able to work for them. Yeah, yeah. So Yeah, like what's the name of the place? What's the name of the place? They build airplane parts for the government.
Raytheon?
What do you say?
Raytheon?
No, you know the building on US 19 in Almerton?
Honeywell?
Yeah, Honeywell. Yeah, yeah, yes. And the other one is what's the name of something with Martin. Yeah, buildings like that. Yeah, so you need to be a citizen to be able work for them. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah,
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 I know Raytheon. My buddy used to clean that, and I remember there was rooms he said that they made him walk through as a
yeah,
janitor and look down, like he wasn't allowed to look up.
yeah. Exactly. Yeah,
Pretty
yeah,
strict.
yeah. It's very strict. Very, very. It's government. I mean, it's not from the government, but they build stuff for the government. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So yeah.
Well, Moses,
And
I,
and, and before we go, if you're trying to be in this business, don't take schools and funeral homes.
oh yeah.
Oh my
Well, now
god!
you got to tell me why.
Oh, yeah, the schools are the worst because yeah, there you hear too many complaints. It's a huge place. In each room, it has a different teacher, and every teacher has a complaint. You know what I mean? It's a big headache and all that. And about funeral homes, you know why? You know. Yeah. Sometimes you go clean and there is a casket with a body inside. You know what I mean? So that's a scary shit for me. Yeah.
All the bodies you end up around.
Oh my god. Yeah. So yeah. But it's all good. I'm happy and trying to grow more this year. You know what I mean? So this year was a little bit down because I lost a few accounts, but I hope they will come back this year or probably next year. Yeah.
I hope they do too, man. And I wouldn't stress it. All the businesses, I know a lot of people with businesses that have just kind of took a turn this year, same exact year.
Yeah.
So it seems like a lot of people I know are kind of slow, and people are slowing down and trying to figure out where their money's going.
Yeah. Exactly.
They might end up hiring some guy who's cheap and trying to cut costs, and then realize that this guy's using bullshit. He's missing shit. He's cutting corners, and
Yeah.
his chemicals leave back residues, or he's mixing bleach with shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. Yeah. So you have to learn how to deal with your customers. Yeah. So you have
just
to
just know your worth. You know what I mean?
exactly. Yeah. You know your worth. Yeah.
That's a big part of business. Is
That's very important. No. Yeah. Learn what you. And sometimes there are customers that want to go cheap. If they say, hey, there is another company bidding, for cheap. I was like, go ahead, because I'm not gonna do it for less. So
you've
if that doesn't work, you can call me anytime and I come back. But yeah, it's not gonna go well if they go for cheap. You know what I mean? Yeah.
yeah, for sure. And you've spent your time. Anyone has any complaints, you let them know. You've spent your time.
Yeah.
You're certified. You know your stuff. You're not going to leave them hanging. Stuff happens, but you're going to make it right at the end of the day.
Exactly. I always have a backup if something happens. You know what I mean? So they're paying for that too. For the how do you say what's the word like
Experience.
what no for it's guaranteed the jam is gonna get done. You know what I mean? So you don't have to worry. Oh, the guy's not gonna show up tomorrow or something like that. No, I'm gonna be there every single day. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you paying for that trust. You know what I mean? For the guarantee work. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Next time you got one of them nifty little backpacks, let me know.
Okay.
I'll just walk around the house and sport that thing.
Yeah.
That
So
thing looks like you could turn it into like a rocket, like a hover.
I know a lot of people sees that and it's like, oh my god, I need to get one of those. Yeah. So and those are not cheap. Those are very expensive.
Oh
For
no.
like one goes for $500, but the only thing that they will never break. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's
So
cool.
you will never get a call from your employees. Hey, I need a vacuum. The vacuum broke. Nothing like that. So that's why you get that's why you go buy the expensive vacuum so you don't get calls at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, there you go. That's your process for not getting them freaking phone
Yeah,
calls.
Yeah, if you're paying like a $200 extras on a vacuum, it's worth it. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Well,
Yeah.
Moses, dude, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much, brother.
Yeah, no problem. I hope there is part two coming soon.
Yeah,
I think the podcast is fucking sick. If you're listening to it and you're like, I don't know if I want to listen to the next episode of this podcast, you're probably a bitch ass. You need to listen to the next episode of this podcast and keep listening to it. Because my friends down here are trying to make shit happen. And we're going to make some shit happen.